Flat Earth British, Martin Liedtke speaking. Hi guys, welcome. Welcome to the great Flat Earth British think tank for epic usage. Now, I'll say at the very start, guys, you're going to really like this post. Okay, we're going to try something a little bit different, is what we're going to do. Okay? It's going to be fun, but it's going to be deep. Okay, and there's going to be a big message in it. Okay, because I feel it's time. Okay, I really do feel that it is time. Now, it's been a lot ongoing in my life, guys, okay, with this information, which is like fucking hard drugs. The deeper you go down the rabbit hole, it seems to buzz you out in a similar fashion. You know, can be very euphoric. Okay, now we'll talk about that a little bit along the way. Now, this information is hard hitting, okay, and real. Okay, it's the real history, guys. Okay, now we're going to look at some documents that I've picked up, I found, one of which is from apparently I-703, which shows reset. It shows that Rome is very much active, giants, etc., and all the things we talk about on Flat Earth British are in situ in I-703, like only that short time ago. Rome, really? So this book shows you mud flood and plasma discharge events and flood, all of it, okay, and the Phoenician world, and the fucking purple bastards, the Phoenicians, doing their watery evil. Okay, now there are going to be messages. I'll drop one now, before I get underway. Excuse me. Mentally prepared for these things. We are having such a ride, guys. This journey, if you've been here since the beginning, like maybe 4 years ago, over 4 years ago, and a lot of you have, you know, some of the people here now have been with me the whole ride, and I've literally met millions. Okay, managed to touch millions over this ride, and we've all been, you know, together, really, a family. We all recognise one another as brothers and sisters, guys. These borders, these fucking flags, and all their fucking bullshit is to divide us all. Okay, put us in cities. I had a dream, okay, only last fucking night, that they had big fences around all the British cities. Okay, I had a dream about that last night. Now, we had that happening here, Cardiff. We had Obama come here, and they had a wall or a fence around the entire city of Cardiff. I didn't think it was possible, but it went 11 miles and surrounded 2 cities. So I wonder where that is right now. Anyway, point aside, guys, what I think is this. I think that they gotta go. I think that we want what we know we've been robbed from, which is Tartaria. Okay? So I'm thanking Matthew Davis for that awesome shirt, by the way. Tartaria. I want a golden age back. We don't want to be suffering. We don't want to be killed off. We don't want to be fucking poisoned. The food, the water, just fatten up the masses, ready for the slaughter. It's not going to be happening. People are waking the fuck up, okay, to the whole fucking matrix. How do we get out of it? Well, everybody should wake up, or they're living in, you know, this evil paradigm and complacent to it. You know, that's really dangerous to your spirit. Okay, I just think it is. I think you just come back to your brothers and sisters, you will feel very comfortable. Okay, you just know instantly, bam, like that, where you're supposed to be, home. We are not part of this. Do you feel it? We're not part of it, guys. You know, they want us thinking violence, you know, wars, you know, hate against brothers and fucking sisters, all put there by them. We don't want it, really. It's not in us. It's bullshit. Structural engineering, social engineering, which I've got a book about, which I'm going to show you. In fact, this is an incredibly good book, because it's by John Dee, who was basically, apparently, secret police for Elizabeth I 500 years ago. But he knows how they do it, and it's getting in the minds of men. Men who believe easy, okay, men and women, humanity, who believe anything easily, and they show you how. okay, in this book. It's incredibly interesting, guys, but there are many clues. I'm going to just slot you a load of Asian documents which will kill historical narratives stone dead. One or two you may have seen before, one or two you may not have. Okay, guys, so that's what I think. Easy. I do think it's easy. I think it's just a change. Now, information, it's just my opinion, obviously, but I think we all resonate with the same message. We know what we want for our grandchildren, our children's children. We can't have them fucking just cattle on a farm and reset at their fucking whim, which is what I'm going to show you that they do now, guys, okay? Now, there's some good juice in this, by the way. We just run through it, though. So peace and love to you all. Up the vibration, as I always say. Okay. Now, there is a lot ongoing, and I will just talk as I go. So make sure to subscribe and do all them YouTubier things. YouTube still got hold of my channel. They don't seem to want to give it back for some weird ass fucking reason. I'm not even bothered. Anyway, we're going from here. I like this channel. It's better. Now, metrologia is one juicy fucking book, and I will show you why now. Now I've downloaded images, so we can skip the Latin print, and we can examine this book, which is from I-703 apparently. Okay, and it shows of events. I'll run through them now. So this is the inside cover, and I'm sure if you follow, Flat Earth British channels, you'll become aware of most of this, but it's all in there. Now, I'm going to slot you a few ideas along the way of what I think may be going on. Now, we think with resetting is associated with fasces, electromagnetic technologies, and we think in sound weapons, because everything is vibration or resonance in this place. What we find in this book is this orb, which I've always been intrigued about. I've been talking about it for years, thinking about it as control attack and a comet. Okay, now, so they're showing you this anomalous object with a eagle with his wings open. If you know what that means, it means active charge for fasces for a plasma discharge event which happens below, where they wipe out civilization, and there's like big apocalyptic battles, and the fishy people or the sea people seem to be like a reality always in this era. They seem to come up from the waves with sound weapon technology that we haven't got, obviously. Like Poseidon's trident, which is a tuning fork, which is a vibrational weapon, and you've got the Chrysler building there in a nice big star fort in 1703, because the Romans put it there. Or the so-called Romans, excuse me. Now, so it gives you depictions, and there is, you can go through the Latin. It is some of it you can understand, guys, but they just show you that, like, lightning, like, sort of got like a will of its own. It strikes cities and it strikes people, and so the water is steaming. Does this mean that the water is boiling? You also get climatic changes in this book at this period, as in like Ragnarok. So the Phoenician crazy purple bastards, okay, up to what, 3 laurel leaves of control. And they show you actually you get to the end of this book and they show you what exactly they are up to. So you get the Phoenician beautiful gardens, so everything's tickety-boo. They got, for 1703, big fuck off telescopes, and they watch these things fall from the sky, and they're like into the water. Now, I don't think, like, probably, maybe a few of you in this, guys, I'm, flat earther. I feel that, I sort of know, really, that there's water above. And we're possibly upside down. They reverse everything in our reality. I feel that these controllers, the Phoenicians, whoever these fuckers are, I think they're responsible, okay, for all of Earth's ills. Not the people, us, brothers and sisters, we've got love, okay, got intent, we got the power. We change our vibration, we up there. Game's over, guys. Game's over for them. So what are you doing with fucking Romans in 1703? And they're going through the literature because they're going to rewrite history. The history you got in the history books, and you get anomalous things falling from the sky. Now, imagine these controller techs, say they, like the Olympians, they have things like, look like this, fiery rods, which we see on loads of depictions, falling from the sky. So, or if they were sent down through through windows, like it says in the Book of Enoch. These things come in different directions, all at the same time. They are nothing. If you're thinking heliocentric thoughts and orbiting, forget it, because that just kills you stone dead. Things can come like different directions, split off, go in two different directions, be up for 3 fucking days one place, 2 days another. It's just nuts when you look into it. Okay, it's just crazy talk. So mud flood. Okay, it shows you mud flood, shows you the whole plane mud flooded, and these farcical aquatic fucking goings on with these strange whales and these fucking Phoenicians, and what they got on their flag. So comets are literally taking ships out, so they got like the homing comets. Okay, don't know what's happening in that star. Homing comets. Yeah, they literally zap people in their homes as well, like lightning does. So darkness. The cat looks worried. Trees are all taken out. Previous reset. This is been ongoing. I don't even know what age we're looking at. And this guy, I suspect he's got a bear skin on, and he's not really a bear, is smacking a living dragon and these strange white things that are coming out of the darkness. Looks like he's panicking a bit about it all. This darkness thing going on. Yeah, they all look a bit panicky. These trees all smashed. Okay. Yeah, so it must have been pretty fucking apocalyptic. So, cannons. Well, we have some clues, I think, concerning cannons. No, none of us think the cannonballs are doing any of this damage in San Francisco, or the American Civil War, or Boston fire, or Chicago, or any of these anomalous fires. Well, none of us are buying it, so we're thinking fascist technology, etc. What about kinetic bombardments? We'll look into them a little bit. I think they may be the cause of some of it, maybe not. So we've got the Phoenician lion over all of the animals are just running fucking scared. All of them. Panicky. And I know why. Because there's a plasma discharge event about to wreck a city. Because it's like, so fucking selective that it's a tower, it's a city, everything's mud flooded, people are, oh shit. The Romans, whoever. So there's plenty of clues. One of these destinations is called Arcadia. I'm wondering which. So, as you can see, they seem to be digging some fucking thing. Yeah, I just think I work on happy hats. That seems important when you got plasma discharge event outside the window. It's not there. So as I said, it's like homing lightning. It comes in through your amazing out of this world's architecture for 1703, and it zaps like you in the head. And they're all Romans. 1703. Because they're not Romans, they're fucking Phoenicians, and all of this shit's happened then. This, I got a sneaky feeling, is played out over and over fucking again, is what I think. So it's like selective. Boils water, takes out architecture, and causes black skies, crops fail, etc. as you will see. So yeah, even the trees and the ships. So it's not that selective, it's taking them out too. Control attack. So you get Hermes, for some reason, is showing up, and he's showing you a comet to somebody in a bed with his Caessus. It's supposed to be like something to do with health, but it's fucking electromagnetic technology. It's two converging snakes, for fuck's sake. Shows you the convergence point. An Arab dude, which looks a bit Tatarian, and an army being annihilated by a comet. It's supposed to be a comet, because it's not, is it? Can't be, because they haven't got fucking homing comets. That's just silly, really. But they are. Got the sun behind that. So yeah, serpents. There's serpents and battering dragons and serpents as well. So they seem to be a big part of the story. The serpent, a waveform through this place. Well, there's the place up and running. 1700, thereabouts. I wonder what these things are. But it all looks very fine. Doesn't seem to be too mud flood affected. Got giant doors. And looks like okay. So looks like they get a bit panicky, try and get maybe there's no I thought the Tower of Babel, but it's not. It's Facet me liberum labelium. But anyway, they're building a mountain. I don't know if they're giants, and they're trying to get above the dome, the constellations, to where they think the controllers with the fasces and the trident and the Caessus and all that fucking tech. They're trying to get up there, realizing what's going on. And look at this shit. The Romans. It's 1703, and it's taking out civilization. But they overlap. They got like people from that era with the floppy hats, etc. Next to Romans, overlapping time periods. So it's wrecked, it seems, there maybe. Oh, the trees are okay. But look at this. What's these? It's got it going on. What are you looking through? What is that? It's got peacock, fresh Phoenician well, water. Wow. And I'm thinking this Roman's got a giant in chains, and I think these are giant dogs as well, because they're fucking huge compared to this guy. So I'm not sure whether they are feeding him to the dogs. But you have these huge sort of setups of troops attacking these very futuristic star forts while ongoing events are happening. Incredibly interesting. Don't know this guy. He's a vain Phoenician, and he needs his painting of himself, but that's not him, is it? So he's looking at who in the mirror, exactly? Is it a painting? Is it someone in the mirror? And why has it got two suns? Two suns, ready to shine just for you. What else we got? So, rainbow, the rain's over, and the Phoenicians are messing around with the trees. They're bringing down leaves to build laurel leaves of control, and they like a bit of jousting with laurel leaves of control, and the fasces set up, and a Roman, because it's and Egyptian sphinxes, because it's the Phoenicians. Right. Now apparently 1703 the Romans, check this point, dig this point. The Romans got big fuck off cannons and mortars. Now, according to the historical narrative, had the Romans got mortars and big fuck off cannons? If they are, which I don't think they are. I think they're kinetic energy devices for maximum effect. Okay. And what are these? And the dove with the leaf, isn't that something to do with Noah's flood? Isn't it? And the reset world, guys. And I'm not sure what he's doing here. So no, obviously not. Then the Romans haven't got this shit, but there's the Romans everywhere, and they got big fuck off telescopes, Chalabanuskis, controller, brats, whatever they are, and Nero fiddles, creating harp sound maybe, or fiddle sound which resets, just an analogous, and also harp, as in the weather modification harp is like harp, isn't it? Like Angel's harp. What's these demons up in the ceiling with trumpets creating sound? And what's this demon? Let's have a look. Now, this John Dee book, when I started to later, is a fucking mind blower, guys. It says that before this time, when he's writing this, he said only a few hundred years ago, everybody had ghosts and demons living in their house, and there was terrible trouble on the land. And he talked about like possessions, exorcisms, but in their bullshit world, and control, how to control the minds of men. Because I believe that Edward Bernays, the guy from started off the Tavistock Institute this time around, took his lessons from apparently John Dee. So it's all really interesting, how they control our minds with symbols, the hard code into your consciousness, like the swastika. They used that when it meant peace, and they reversed it to make it a hate symbol. Here we go. Reset civilization. The bunkers are there. They knew. The mud's over the door, and everything's burning. Looks like Tartaria. Okay. We find this a lot in this book, and they show you this sort of, I suppose, their Jesuit version. Okay, sun and moon. But what I find intriguing is, can you recognise any land masses on this ball thing, disc thing? Because I can't. It's not our plane. They know what the map looks like. They show you in a minute, and they just did on that cover with the splitting of Earth. Splitting of their globe, because it ain't fucking real. Faceless night, fasces, cannons, drums. Drums can bring earthquakes. You get them at a specific resonance, like Tesla's earthquake machine. It can just cause an earthquake. So, let's have a look at some more. And they are massive on the old organs, because they know about vibration and sound. So this is like 1700s orchestras. And Mitu ab uno. She's a giant. She's fucking big. And they've got the orchestra going on. Symphony. Don't you know? And everything seems to be fine. Tickety boo. Water's up to you. Nothing's going wrong. Ace. Or is it? Don't know what to make of that. Looks a bit foggy. It's a bit fucking weird, that one. We'll slide on, but it's still Phoenicians. Oh, it's rain. It's rain. It's epic rain. Just like Britain. Fucking Ragnarok. God, it's bleak fucking Britain. Ugh. And it all goes dark. Let's switch through, because there are quite a few guys. If I want to get the more interesting. I'm not sure what's happening here, but it seems plague of insects or something. Everything's fucking mud flooded. You can't really say it as it isn't. Everything looks like it's been underwater. Trees are gone. Oh, it's Ragnarok. There's ice. It's Schnee. They're all fucked. So there's some sort of massive climate change at 1703, which is depicted. And these. Now, what are rocks doing falling from the sky? What is fire and brimstone, guys? What is these endless, accounts of these things falling from the sky? These are peppering people. This is maybe a good idea to get a fucking Ruth. Is my suggestion. But what are they? Well, not falling from space, are they? So, because it's not there. So what are they? Well, I think if you drop an object from high enough, say 2 miles, maybe. Like, their idea in their insanity is a rod from God. Remember that, guys, when he said they dropped something from space and the kinetic energy would just splatter everything? The combustive wave was incredible. Well, yeah, I've been looking into it a bit. The combustive wave's like the equivalent of many, many tons of TNT. You wouldn't have any craters, and it would suck the air out, and it would cause a lot of the damage which we see in these places. I'm wondering if they're dropping maybe tungsten rods or some unknown metals from above over these cities. They certainly got high balloons. We've seen the photographs, guys. Bees seem to be really important. Nice place they got there. And this, which is pretty hard to define. I guess is snow. So they're camping out because everything's gone to shit, I suppose, like the way they do when your city's disappeared. What about this? You know, Phoenicians, these sea peoples, guys. What are these coming up from the waves? Is this what's going on? You know, with the, you know, their official narrative is, oh, we came up from the sea. Actually, we were like lungfish. We came up like one fucking day, sprouted legs, grew eyes, turned into a monkey, space monkey, and then a little while later, fucking here we are. Any proof of that? No. Here they are, the Phoenicians with their shit. Reset world. Yeah. So Phoenicians bring in shit, take over, rewrite of history. It was like this before. This is only 1703, guys. What's this fucking futuristic, beautiful thing going on? 1703. Already mud flooded there, though. Huge platforms, and the sea people that turn up from the sea. Phoenicians, and they bring ideas with them, guys. Oh, look at this in the background. It's incredible stuff. But they introduce this. The ship comes with their bullshit. Tartaria A. It's not interesting. And they seem to know the shape, like they didn't show on that other one, of where things are before 1969, before NASA supposed to took an image of it. So, good guess. Good guess. So, did they get out there? Anyway. So, sirens, they're like real. And they drive you to the rocks with sound, because it confuses the minds of men, like, oh, they're hot, they're men, oh, and they go mental. You know? Like I said, guys, strange things happen at sea. And these fucking things, these whales that keep turning up. Strange Phoenician happy hat woman going on. Star footage, nice big aerials, probably a static gathering flag. What's that? See, there's so much we don't know, guys. And these strange aquatic beings. The sirens. They're playing new tunes. He's like, no, fuck off. And are these women? They might be little. Is he a giant? Yeah, he's not going to get in that office in there. He's a giant. So he's like, no. And they drive him to the rocks and kill, because they're sirens. And they got Noah's flood, because it happened all back then. Like, only, according to this book, 300 years ago. Does that sound about right? They switch history off for a few hundred years, get it all back together, and then just make up all the history of all these anomalous events? Well, yeah, probably. I think it was recent. I think it was that recent. They reset us. But when everyone wakes up, it's going to be fucking epic. No, that's in the Phoenician centre of Venice, which is, coincidentally, now I mention it, underwater right now. In fact, loads of Britain is underwater right now. In fact, yesterday, I was fucking travelling from, actually, north of England, and I was on 2 trains that got cancelled because the whole of, like, southern England was underwater, which it was. So it was pretty apocalyptic. I ended up going north instead of south. Ended up in a beautiful town called Shrewsbury. It's a long story. We'll get to it a bit later. I have a strange life, but it's adventure. All will be explained. Anyway, so yeah, that was strange. So yeah, I was panicking like shit, stuck in Shrewsbury 8 o'clock last night, 7 o'clock last night, 8 o'clock last night, wondering, right, well, almost in the right country. I wonder if I'll get home. But I managed to catch a Carmarthen train, which also got cancelled, but thankfully at fucking Cardiff. Look, they got. So I got back to Wales at the end of it. But it was like, wow, fucking hell. I was like, is this always going to happen every time flat earthers get on transport and get on trains? Are they always going to. Not saying they like made it rain, but like, you know, I don't know how fucking full of rain the tracks are. And like, I'm not being funny, guys. I've been travelling on a train 50 years, right? I've fucking never heard of that shit before. Delays, yeah, but not everyone get off the fucking train. Find your own way. What? which I had to. Anyway. Yeah, fish. Fish is a big part of it. And Venice is frozen. Venice is frozen. So what's that all about? I'm guessing it's Venice. It looks like Venice. I can't imagine it being Holland. It might be. But it's Phoenicians. And it's frozen. Let's have a look. So you can tell it's Venice. Kirchter's in this. Yeah, East Poland. Okay. Well, it should be fucking cold there. Take that back. Okay. So we got an old person who's disabled. Dog walking round. It's a bathhouse. The Phoenicians are mental on bathhouses. That's why San Francisco's covered with them, because Californication. Yeah? I think like that's one of their definite hubs for their bullshit. Because they're Hollywood. Holywood. Where they cast spells on humanity with bullshit films, which are smack full of fucking sigils and subliminals. You don't even know when they're hitting your consciousness. It sits there. It sits there in your fucking head, guys. Chew your head off. Just fucking don't watch them. I don't. Well, I'm selective with what I watch, and I recognise what I'm seeing. So I don't know what's happening there. It's a fire under a mountain and a very, very futuristic for Roman days. Cannon rotunda. So yeah, there's a good few of these. We'll move on though, but you can get the idea, guys. Okay, look, everything's just like liquefying. You know, there's an arch left of what was a civilization. The fuck happened? Everything else is just mud flooding and sinking in the mud. Probably where we drop. Maybe we drop. Okay. Very futuristic. And volcanoes are all affected as well. We find. So yeah, in this case, I think these whirlpools maybe just sprung up when the whole of civilization is sinking into the mud and being reset with Phoenician technology, and all of the fish are so pissed off they gotta get out of the water. Okay. Better than dynamite fishing. Don't even worry, guys. All this is just made up history. None of it really happened. Except that it isn't, because it's from a really good source, and Kirchter's like the best Jesuit sourced. You know, he's supposed to be the only guy, or the last person in this place to have any information. And I think give us clues, don't you? Definitely, like, if he's not saying it, he's fucking suggesting it, and I think it's down to us to find out the rest. Is what I think. I think a lot of stuff, all the time, actually. Shame we got to think in phonetics though. Great if we just do symbols like apple. I'll just identify it as a piece of fruit. Anyway, not sure. Looks like alchemy. Oh right, so it's coming through the. It's gold, isn't it? Yeah, it seems to be all about the gold. As you'll see at the end, because it's not a happy tale. It's basically we're being fucked over on an epic scale for booty. It seems, and it's easy to do as well, apparently, because everyone's fast asleep. So, with spells, witchcraft, understanding and deeper fundamentals of reality and geometry, etc., which they do. Okay, which they do. Look at this. Oh, time to rebuild, was it? Yes, time to rebuild. So that's when the Phoenicians came, touched it all up after the events. It's only 1703. Oh, you've got diving goggles on. Yes, he's got diving goggles on. He's got diving goggles on. They all have. Or maybe they just. Oh, don't tell me they fucking look like that. Huh? No, the goggles. Whew, close escape. So yeah, they're doing fishy stuff. Oh, after the events, we've collected all the booty, bought all the best shit for ourselves, which you've done. We've got royal families all in place. We've chosen. We'll give them all the good stuff, all the tech, like the crown jewels, for example, and this scepter dial. And we'll make sure we got all the sciences, education, all out of our nice little cupboard of tricks. Basically, their book. which I keep doing in this theatre over and over again. It's quite simple. So this time, because I don't think anything like this has ever happened before, guys. I just keep thinking it on a daily basis. They did not expect this. Thanks to the internet. So, well. Don't know, they know so much about, like we say, they're the masters of water, their wateriness. So yeah, they're collecting booty, counting the goals after reset, collecting all the good shit, and job done for the next delivery of people from wherever they came from, other lands, which are in here with us, or possibly outside, who even knows. But that's what's going on. Yeah, I know. Booty on an epic scale at the end of a reset. Yeah, they weigh it all up. Fuckload of gold. Faceless knights. I wonder what happened to all them faceless knights. So many. And animants. And these apparent mortar machines with anomalous cannonballs. So what are these cannonballs? Are they steel? They just cause minimal damage? Or are they special cannonballs like controller shows you? Right, more thoughts before we go on. Greek mythology tells you about the Epirus bow. Okay, it was in that film The Immortals. Cracking little film. So what is it? Okay, well, it's in Greek mythology. It's a weapon forged by the gods. So, them. When the bowstring is pulled by the user, the bow creates light-based arrows, which when shot, hit their target with great concussive force. Would that reset civilization? Probably cause earthquakes and volcanoes and shit, wouldn't it? So that's just an idea that they could be dropping stuff like massive tungsten bolts, for example, like they say on this next article. Okay, which god was killed by Zeus in Immortals? That's the film. Okay, Theseus. Yeah, he's an old dude in that, but yeah. So in Greek mythology, the point is they got a bow which creates light-based arrows. How many times do we see arrows in depictions, guys? What are these fucking arrows? Anyway, connected bombardment. This is a globe head thing, which are talking about space and bullshit. Okay, guys? Forget about all that. Just think high up. Balloon height. Weather balloon height. Perfect. V2 spy plane height. Could they have done that? How the fuck do we know? Probably. Drop a crowbar. Okay. Or the equivalent of explosives is astronomical. They are weapons of mass destruction. Okay, and they can be dropped from above. They're saying orbital velocities, but they can't fucking get up there. They're just being nutty, as we know. But I'm just saying, as an idea, okay, plasma stuff. As an idea, it causes a massive combustive wave, which causes massive destruction, and it could be made of tungsten. It's the shape of a telephone pole, like them depictions we've been looking at about meteors for so long, guys. Okay, so that's the idea for this vlog. We're moving on. Now, more history crushes. This is a Kirsta, which we just talked about. Okay. This is, I've presented before, but it's on my old channel, which is no longer there. And it's more of the same. Do you recognise any of these landmasses? Maybe Scandinavia, America? No, not really. So I don't recognise any of the landmasses on Earth. I don't even know. Eagle, wings open, blowing the wind in all the controllers, usual thing. But what it shows you in I6, 7, 8 is the reset world. It shows you the Panama Canal, for example, was there before they dug it out. It shows you incredible underground. Well, they say that's Vesuvius, but there is an idea that these are just ancient mining spoils, giant industry, giant mining spoils, which get basically hot, okay, like a compost heap, and eventually mindblow. Vesuvius. Poof. That would do some damage, wouldn't it? So it goes into a bit of geometry, and then we get, excuse me, it's gone mathematical. Just whiz through a bit, and we get to mappage. So it's going on Kirchner's Solaris, which is a disk of boiling hot stuff. Now, in my mind, see guys, I don't go with the bullshit of any of it. The geology, I just don't. I don't go with like lava fields that we're floating on, these rafts, and the tectonic movement, or any of that. And these books sort of show you this. It's like they're all mapped out and they're all used as part of a greater system for the old world. Even these volcanic things, and they got tunnels going all under us. Okay, so as you see, Phoenicians, watery goings on, and this has been talked about quite a bit. This is the site of the Gobi Desert. Other people, I think it was John Levy brought up a map, maybe Conspiracy Arus, one of you guys out there anyway, brought up a map where you were looking at this Great Depression and wondering what the fuck was going on. Well, at this point, seems to be some, absolutely 1,000 miles across huge aquifer, which is exposed on this map. Isn't it funny how the Caspian Sea is back out? Sancy, we don't see any Tartaria, which I want to talk about a little bit in this post, but it's not going to be epically long. I'll try not to make it epically long. Okay, let's look at some more mappage now. So also the same for South Africa. They got, like Lake Zaire. I'm guessing this is Victoria, maybe that one. And under, apparently, upper South Africa is a giant aquifer, hydro, whatever it is, they know existence of, and it's mapped, and it's that big, it's thousands of miles across. How could they know? How could it be? Excuse me. And like I said, they give you evidence of all these underground stuff going on. Okay. And it's all distributed to water. They know all of the aquifers under all of these mountains, where they go in, what lakes, etc. Topograph, basically. Right, let's get some tonnage going. So, there is, under apparently the Amazon, is this giant, or it looks like some sort of cratery thing called caldera. There's apparently a massive aquifer. So, and due to tunnel systems. Now, the cities with giant sort of telegraph poles in the middle of, Central America. So we'll get to that one with the Panama dug. But I've got, if it's not this Mundus Subterraneous, I have many more. They're posted on my last channel. Let's have a look. Clues galore. So it's Atlantis. So it was between Africa and America. The map's upside down. Oh, well, I'm really intrigued by these upside down maps. I think there's a big clue with that, guys. Anyway, so this is Spain, Africa. So this is the Gibraltar Straits. Just coming out of Gibraltar Straits then was apparently a giant landmass that was sunk into the waves, which had like Atlantean beings on, which fit the description of said magical beings or people with power and tech, which could be the Phoenicians. So yeah, from Lake Caspian Sea, the Caspian Sea into this lake is an underground aquifer, man-made. Well, yeah, and it's tunnel from this lake to this lake. What's that? 1,000 miles an hour? 1,000 miles under the fucking Caucasus, guys. Yeah, right. So it's man-made at that period. Okay, 1600s. Okay, there's a large tunnel system here going in the Mediterranean area. This is the, you're looking a different direction again. So this is, I'm guessing, obviously the Nile Delta. So we're looking at, this would be the, well, it's Tripoli. Okay, so we're getting it. And massive aquifers and tunnels, subterranean tunnels, Canal Subterranea, and there, Canal Subterranea. So from the Red Sea, to the Mediterranean, okay, Port Said is exactly there. They have a canal system, which they told us they built in the Victorian era. It's there, okay. The canal is there in a map in the 1600s, okay, and you get the same as well for Panama. So we are just like, after a reset, they're just like, probably with the railways, these stations, all of it, guys, just come in, like I just showed you in them books, clean it all up, blah blah blah, get the control mechanism back in. That is easy. That is easy. I didn't need, like, stupidest reset in fucking history. What's that? But I have, like, oh, Etna, the height. I have complete and utter faith and hope, actually. Hope never leaves us. That all this will be well. Not well. I don't like that word. Will be very epic. Oh, really? It's interesting, isn't it? Okay. So what else? So they have Nineveh is a giant ring city, apparently, in this, and they have a lake emptying out into some giant, God, don't even know, guys. But apparently the Roman world still up and running before it's reset at this period of the early 1700s, 1703. I'm rounding it off up. Looking at this, looks a little bit like they've had events, but it looks pre-Biggie. Could have caught something a bit in between. So, Subterraneous Mediterranean, knock yourself out with that, guys. It's an epic book. Kills many, many narratives. Yeah. Let's have a little look up, further up, because I need to get on. So, deals with 1444 there, don't know what. Anyway, there's loads for you to look at there. I'm going to get on. So, Mundus Subterraneous, the Panama Canal and the Suez Canal were there before. Okay, that book shows you the evidence. I'm not going to go too much into this, guys, but it is a deep fucking book, and it's by John Dee. The true and faithful relationship of what passed for many years between. Okay, and this is just basically the reverse engineering as well, but it goes into the minds of men, and that there was great, you know, there was a lot of ghosts in the past, apparently, and spirits which you had to deal with, apparently. Tending had succeeded to the general alteration of most states and kingdoms of the world. Where it whirls. Okay, so it is just a mad book. What I read last night was just fucking hell. Like, literally, guys, it was like fucking hell. 1659. It's just a mental book. I can't go into too much about it, but he talks about this thing with the you know, it's a very, very supernatural book, is what I'm saying, and he's like trying to make sense of it. What is yours preferred unto the Christian reader be the true or faithful relation and title bearer of the further cleared the preface. So basically he's trying to be honest. He says a work of darkness. He's saying this could be deemed a work of darkness. No, I've been thinking about that, actually. It does freak you out a little bit, but there's like greater truths in it. And considering his role may have, you know, been Shakespeare's writer or Bacon, one or the other, but he is, you know, a social engineer. He talks about the, you know, how to get in the minds of men and spiritual error, which I find really fascinating. He talks about this spiritual error which they recognise, which is basically us being fucked up and weak. Yeah, I know. Anyway, so yeah, this is just mind blow, guys. Dig into it yourself. I'm not going to read any more old English, but in this time it is all about spirits and witches and apparitions, and it's from, I suppose, Christian standpoint, but not really. It's just really strange. I've never read anything like it, is what I'm trying to say. You know, it says here, guys, okay, it says, I'll just start here, right? Saintship, like they're warships, they're purple bastards. Religion, virtue, justice, friendship, fine words to catch men that are easy belief. You know, butter them fucking up. stroke their fucking egos, give them what they want. I think that everything that glitters needs be gold. Okay, so how many people fall for that bullshit when they go to London in the old days thinking the streets were lined with it? This bit's a little bit more difficult to understand, I found. Hence it is that men that have had reputation of wise men in the world have recommended this unto us a great wisdom, not easy to believe. And it's here in, I guess, Greek, yeah. Got more credit for this saying, and it's the half done more good too, perchance. And that's a greater secret, a greater knowledge. Like this happening by chance. Maybe. The miracle makers. Okay, talks about the miracle makers. To me, sounds like this is what I've been reading in this book somebody sent me. I'll look at it in a minute. Fucking absolutely epic about Tartary. Massive clues. Oh, look at this length of this vlog. It's nearly 8 o'clock. I better get on. So yeah, the miracle makers, they talk about basically every house is being like only hundreds of years before invaded by spirits and stuff. It's just nuts. I haven't gone too deep into it. I haven't read the preface, but I'll get more into it when I get time. I'm reading that Tartary book as well. Plus I was fucked all day on a train. So this is another book for you, another killer, Architectural Mysticism and Myth. Check this out. It's about everything. It's about advanced knowledge of pyramid tech. Shit you not, it's that epic. I'll give you an example. Okay, it goes into crazy goodness. Okay, the Ziggurat, a bit of Belarus and a bit of Babylon, so it's basically their bullshit, the Phoenicians. The fabric of the world, which is basically flat earth. Ezekiel cities, Chinese plan. 4 rivers of the center tree, so that's Mount Meru. Central stone at Delphi, the same. Plan of the dome of the rock. Indian lamp tree, blah blah blah. Wow, guys, I don't know if this book is linked on my website. I don't think it is, but it's fucking juicy. Okay, 7 world cities at Dante. Labyrinths always intrigued me. Labyrinths and mazes. Mosaic dome. Ceilings. So yeah, it's just fucking mental brilliant, this. So, but it's getting late. I wonder when I'm going to be able to upload this. Maybe tomorrow. Who knows? Hopefully not. Okay. And it's just mental. See if I get any depictions. No matter what you're reading, you're going to love. So I'll give that to you anyway. Basically, the fabric of the world. Okay, the earth is upon water, and the water upon the rock. Oh, this is random. And the rock on the back of a bull, and the bull is on the bed of sand, and the sand is on a fish, and the fish is still suffocating wind, and the wind is in a veil of darkness, and the darkness is on the mist. Of what is beneath the mist is unknown. Maybe it's Tartarus, what the Greeks said. Dante himself sums up the culminating year of 1300 in the Middle Ages as law of classic Oriental and convitio. Gives clear reasoning system on the constructs of the world scheme of the Divine Comedy, which is reset. Divine Comedy indeed. Since there are 9 movable heavens, blah blah blah. But it does state in here actually that the Earth's flat, has a dome above it, in the fabric of the Earth. At the beginning, to show you. Fabric of the world. But they're taken from every single culture, except for Western fucking philosophy. And their bullshit. The falling away of the firmament. Isn't that the thing that's above us? Yes, that's right. So yeah. Okay. So anyway, knock yourself out. I can't go too much into that. Now, this is the Bryntonic Celtic people, or the Bryntonic, which found a brilliant happy hat, basically. Don't want to read the narrative because we've run out of time. But the Asian Celts of Wales, where I live. Cymru Abath, because I probably love Wales. Waterloo helmet, the pre-Roman Celts bronze ceremonial helmet. Okay, don't worry too much about the dates. We just proved all that fucking bullshit. So we're on that period. They had like these 2 horns on a metal helmet. Why is that? Is it because they got like horns? maybe, who knows, could be Coneheads. Now, just a few other things to think about before we get to the end, because I am rushing a bit. I do apologise, but I'll be on. I'm going to upload this. First census. So, you know, they talk about the census in, like, the Bible, don't they? Ahead of, you know, Jesus and stuff. They were taking a census, which is why there was no fucking room at the stable, etc. But it says the first official census, right? First census. They're having another one next year, by the way. They're taking a tally of their cattle, guys, in 2020. The first official census was in 1801. What's fucking chances, eh, guys? And the first, like, proper, you know, census was in 1841. Yeah, just over that, you know, period of 1801 to 1841. That was their first, like, official census, or so they say. Isn't that fucking interesting? Apparently, America beat us to it, because they had a census a little while before, in the late 1700s. Apparently, to take toll of the people, because that's all they're doing, see, they're counting up the cattle. Another idea is, but there is sort of globe thinking again in this, is did the New York orchestrate Asian tsunami? We'll forget about all of that, but the idea is behind this, I'm sure you've all heard it before, is large amounts of explosives in a submarine trench causing a tsunami which caused this terrible event in Bandahachi, etc. So I'll link that up as well for an idea. The book. Now there's a few more bugs, but it's been done in process and it'll be there in time for Christmas. Okay guys, all is at hand. Things have been strange is all I can say, guys. Okay, being me, it's fucking weird. Is all I could say. Okay, it's me, Martin Leaker, Flat Earth British Mud Flood, and at the topics, I got a lot going on, guys. There's a photo dump, loads of people are joining that all the time, but I haven't had the time to look through. I've been off all week. Now, yeah, I got basically a shop, which I never actually bother with. Beautiful clock. No, the lady who makes this, Bex, he's unwell at the moment. We're sending her loving vibes. Get well, Bex, soon. You'll be well now anyway. Just imagine you're better with Flat Earth British. Mass Effect. Love Bomb, which always works. There's my son's website. I always mention that because he's looking at getting 200 subs and getting his channel good. I think it's good anyway. So, what I've been up to? No. Gaddy John, who organises British conventions, which I want to talk about because, like, the fucking conventions at this has been amazing. Do you see Owen Benjamin? He was a fucking riot, wasn't he? So I've been enjoying that. Everyone are doing their thing over there. I've been doing a different thing because, like, I'm like, I don't know, trying to analyse me. I'm Carnage, I'm a Rolling Stone, and I really don't do things like other people. I'm sure you've noticed. So here's the book. Now, my brother in Holland, I was supposed to have met you. Look, I didn't get to Holland. It just wasn't going to happen. Everything went fucking against me. And, like, you know, I'm in fucking Ragnarok here in Britain, just a normal bloke in a council estate, right? Ely, if you fucking knew about that. Just a normal bloke, fucking skint in his house, struggling day to fucking day, trying to find a greater truth. That's me. And I'm not even joking, guys. It's like fucking Ragnarok out there. It's just, that's Britain. We're all like it, guys, because we're just real people, yeah? I don't know if there's anyone in the Flat Earth like me. Not really. So yeah, that's where I got lost last night in Shrewsbury. So I went for a Swift Half and Bliffage at the local. Look at their station in Shrewsbury, guys. This town was bloody beautiful. I'm going there again. When I went there, I met a couple on the crossing by here. They said, we're going to see Dire Straits. I went, fuck off. No way. She says, yeah. So fucking Mark Knopfler. I was like, yeah. I was like, oh, gel. So, but I had to jump on and find a train. I'd been fucking stuck. Anyway, that was yesterday flooding because, you know, it's like it's almost starting, isn't it? So this was an interesting thing I saw. This was an open plan or plan for an airport that they were going to have over the River Thames, apparently just down from Westminster. But obviously it never took, you know, fruition. But they had other plans as well. So that's that reset-y thing. Well, this for a happy hat. The Iron Hat of King John, or John Bradshaw, who sentenced Charles Stewart to death. So, when Charles Stewart's going to get his head chopped off because Cromwell moaning, or doing whatever, all that religious nonsense, he's got metal inside. You need metal in your hat to put someone to death. I wonder what that's all about. Can't wait to scare us into the fucking ground. Check this out. Danish chimney sweep. So, I'm guessing it's not only the elites that got happy hat tech, guys. They are Vulgaric. And this was a walk in the woods only 2 days ago with Melage, because we've been hanging out up Nottingham, trying to sort my shit out, which is where I go to sort my shit out. And there was a lonely pumpkin. Yeah. And beautiful woods, which part of like Nottingham Forest this is. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? So that's what I've been up to. Okay, running away. Not. It is what I've been doing. But it is beautiful, guys. Look at that. Tree fuel. Foresty stuff, which is really nice. Epic doggage, which is Mel's dog, which is basically Mercy's the best dog I've ever known. I've known a few dogs. There's Mel taking a photograph and me taking a photograph of her, which is like technology at its best. That's sweet, isn't it? Sweet. And the controller's playing silly ass buggers with us. What about this for a drink that's available in America? Control Burn. It's ginger. Okay. Cheyenne is turmeric. It's good shit. But they show you like basically some geometric shapes. Forests on fire, so they're screaming at you from the pyramid and the all-seeing eye and the technasmia waves. This is man-made. Forest fires. They tell you on a drink. There's another clue. Control Burn. Intentionally brewed with herbs and spices that fight fire in your body. Each spicy sip helps prevent larger internal forest fires and leaves your taste buds begging for more. Motherfuckers. Do they think everyone's fucking born yesterday? No. Ooh, I don't know. No. Adam Egan made me this. It's the 1812 Overture. So I'm going to play for you a little bit, because it's done 2 minutes. 1812 Overture is the intro to the new Phoenicia, which you're living in 200 years later, and he's done a good job, guys. Try and find some stuff before then, because it's all Tartar tech, which is in that book, which is fucking epic, guys. Can you? Right, I'm not into any more of that. I can't hear it anyway, but probably will glitch me up anyway. So, what else we got? Oh, and there's a book of these as well, which is the Phoenician architecture, which is mind-bogglingly good. Okay, I did have more to show you, but I need to get on, really. You're not going to see this. But look at this stuff that they have. In the past, something's definitely wrong. Yeah. Compared to now. Look at their shit that they stole, which is stealing, and the Romans are there, nicking it all, doing weird shit. I'll just hug onto this post. Yeah, I wonder what that's all about. So yeah, pretty good clueage, but I am waffling. I need to get on, because this is the longest vlog in history. Woo! Okay, that's me. Peace and love to you all. Right, the British, want to thank that brother. Give me my Tartary book. It says it's epic. It's epic. It's the Tartar women are massively accomplished at like tapestries, and they say, oh, they're not like us with all of our cities and everyone crushed in. These people live happily, in, like we're supposed to. Duchies, like just communities. People. They kill community, kills family unit. Yeah, You go travelling, you can't get fucking. I did. I was lucky to talk to, but I'm mostly. They're all on their devices. They're gone into a fucking illusionary world of bullshit programming. Straight in there. So yeah, there's my message anyway. I think everybody knows what needs to happen. This is what I think. Fuck them off. Everyone needs to boycott them. Once everyone wakes up, that'll be it. I'll just fucking pack the game in. It's over. Okay. That's just my thoughts. Peace and love to you all, guys. Make sure to subscribe. All the other Flat Earth YouTuber things. And I'm going to be back in a day or two. So thanks. Peace and love to you all you people out there who care. You know, I had crazy emails. You know, 4 days away. It's like, really fucking worried about you, Martin. Where are you? I'm alright. Alright, I just got to sort shit out. The thing is, like this, like I said, this is like a drug, this information. The deeper you go down the rabbit hole, the more, you know, addictive it is. And it's mind-blowing. And it's just a massive buzz with this information. So, that had, I reckon, some sort of aspect of my life, actually, guys, thinking on it. I think what happened was, I chucked myself really deeply into this subject to escape grief, is what I've been doing. Stupidly, not thinking that it would hit me later on, guys, which it fucking has. Okay, it did, and it has. And this is me spat out the other side. Okay, guys, it's taken like, I don't even know how long to go through this process. Hide it, dig it down, and get on with the job at hand, because, you know, that's what I feel is just so incredibly important to everybody involved, you know, and all the people who send love and care, you know, gifts, you know, a book, fucking happy hat, retired the Starford, shirt off Matthew, you know, all these cool things you do. So I just, you know, gone off to sort myself out, be epic to meet the day. That's what I've done. So did you enjoy my vlog? It's a bit different, isn't it? No. Let me know what you think, guys. Okay, peace and love, brothers and sisters. Be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I'll be back soon.